Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Cindy.
Together, we're the Bitty Buddies. We are at the Turtle Hospital in Marathon, Florida. It is the largest in the country.
Yeah.
Our party of 7 made reservations online, and we also each filled out the required waiver before we arrived. You meet in the parking lot, then are taken into the gift shop where a tour guide comes and takes you to do this presentation. We learned that the Turtle Hospital opened its doors in 1986, and they have 4 stated goals. They want to rehab injured sea turtles and return them to their natural habitat. They want to educate the public through their outreach programs, and they also do school programs. They conduct and assist with research to aid sea turtles, and they work toward environmental legislation, making the beaches and water safe and clean for the sea turtles. There are 7 species of sea turtles throughout the world. 5 of the 7 are found in Florida: green, loggerhead, leatherback, hawksbill, and Kemp's ridley. The green sea turtle, which I've seen pretty regularly in Port Canaveral, averages between 3 and 5 feet long and weighs between 200 and 500 pounds, and they are a herbivore that is an endangered species. The loggerhead sea turtle is about 2 to 4 feet long and weighs between 200 and 350 pounds, and they eat hard-shelled invertebrates, and they are a threatened species. The leatherback sea turtle is a critically endangered species whose diet is strictly jellyfish. They are between 9 and 12 feet long and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. The rarest of the sea turtles is the Kemp's ridley sea turtle that is critically endangered. Its size is 2 to 2.5 feet long and weighs typically 75 to 100 pounds. Its diet consists of crabs, lobsters, fish, jellyfish, and it's primarily in the Gulf of Mexico, although occasionally shows up in the Atlantic and the Caribbean. Operating room.
Every other weekend. This weekend we will have Dr. Brooke is coming from the San Agustin. We receive doctors from different places. They are the best. That's what they know how to.
Do not go over to the emergency room.
They specialize in the reptiles
X-ray.
and tropical or exotic animals. So that's why they have experience. So this is the operating room. The laser is like a 10.
The Turtle Hospital began its life as the Hidden Harbor Motel, and the rooms are now used for storage and for housing.
On the left side, the name is Maria, and on the right side, the name is Lily. Do you remember the species with the big head? How do we call them? Do you know? Loggerhead. I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
I took a picture. Oh, yeah,
They have the same problem. You can see the picture behind you on the fence. And by them. We keep going, and you didn't see. Look at the loggerhead, and another loggerhead.
He like literally came right up here.
Awesome.
Turned around.
I gotta put it away.
It's a good shot. Thank you. You're welcome.
Unfortunately, we couldn't hear and in some cases couldn't understand what our tour guide was saying. What's happening down there is they're giving a physical to that turtle. There are 4 basic conditions that are treated at the turtle hospital. One of them is what they call an impaction, which basically comes down to an intestinal blockage because turtles are opportunistic feeders. So they're basically like the billy goat of the sea. And once they get plastics and that sort of thing in their guts, they can't do anything about it. So the turtle hospital treats them with Metamucil, fiber, and vegetable oil. Entanglement injuries come from being caught in fishing lines and buoy lines. Apparently, fishing line takes 600 years to biodegrade, which means every single piece of fishing line that has ever been put in the ocean is still there. Turtles swim by moving their flippers in a circular motion, so they often become entangled in buoy lines. And once they're there, they have a hard time escaping, obviously, since they don't carry knives. And they either drown or they lose a flipper because of the loss of circulation. Boat hits are one of the most common injuries seen at the animal hospital, and often being hit by a boat causes what they call bubble butt syndrome, which you can see right here in this turtle. It has weights glued to it because when you have bubble butt as a turtle, you cannot dive, meaning you can't get food. So they put these weights on them so that they can submerge. However, the weights eventually fall off. So turtles with bubble butt syndrome are permanent residents of the hospital. And the permanent residents live in a 100,000-gallon saltwater tank that used to be the swimming pool for the hotel. The 4th condition for which turtles are regularly seen at the hospital is a condition called fibropapillomatosis, which is a herpes-like virus that causes tumors. It is a worldwide phenomenon, and they don't know what causes it. Green turtles, however, are specifically prone to it. There is apparently research going on all over the world to determine the cause and transmission. So the turtles at the hospital who are suffering from this are kept in separate tanks so that they don't transmit one to another. The turtle hospital regularly releases rehabilitated turtles, and they also house temporarily for emergencies like the big freeze in the winter of 2021 in Texas. Many of the turtles came to the hospital and then were returned for release when the weather improved. The hospital has a social media presence where they regularly post live videos when they're releasing a turtle, and you can find more information about them at turtlehospital.org. There's a place where you can adopt some of these permanent residents. You can make donations. You can be educated. It's a cool place. I definitely think it's worth checking out.
Rehab and try to release as many of the turtles as they can, and it's really, they have educational programs for people so that they learn about what is killing these sea turtles and why they're coming up. But they have 2 ambulances here. They'll go anywhere, anytime at night to rescue the turtles. They have huge tanks, and it's really pretty interesting. They have an operating room, they have an x-ray room in here, and of course when you come, of course probably part of those fees that you do come to help the place to keep their work going.
It's pretty sad to see all the damage that we as humans do to the animals.
Right.
And
yeah.
that this has to exist, largely because of us.
They do have a Facebook page. So if you're interested in any way, shape, or form about turtles and what they do, they have a Facebook page. So it's the Turtle Hospital.
And I'll find it and post it in the links.
It was interesting because when Texas was having that big snowstorm or the
cold, whatever it was,
they posted a lot of videos on the rescues and how they managed to release 400 turtles at a time and stuff like that. It was really pretty interesting. So yeah, it's a good cause. I think it's well worth coming back to. That's why I've been twice.
Well worth the money because if nothing else, you're contributing to some rehabilitation. It's also neat to see them up close because how often do you get to see that? Right. So worth the $26?
$26. In times of COVID, you need to go online and just reserve a spot ahead of time.
You have to sign a waiver before you can come in. Also, it's walkable. It's it's flat, it's slow walking, so...
And they have ramps, too.
Right, and they did have a cart. If we couldn't walk the 200 yards, we could have worn a cart.
She could have carted us over, so...
So, highly worth it, highly recommended.
Definitely.
Come to the Turtle Hospital in Marathon. Or support it financially.